From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your morning update.
Dennis's Heating and Air Conditioning is Northern California's premier heating and air conditioning contractor. From residential housing, large commercial projects, installation to repair, sheet metal fabrication, and everything in between, we are your go-to heating and air conditioning specialist.
Well, here we go again, and this is something that we were talking about, the potential for thunderstorms in the mountains in particular over the next several days. You know, we're seeing the effects of it. There have been a lot of dry lightning strikes out there. There are more and more reports of spot fires in many of the higher elevations. And of course, it's going to create problems. We're going to start using a lot of our resources. We can only hope that the firefighters can really get a good handle on these spot fires. So any more fires that should develop here in the days to come from these lightning storms that will be pushing through Northern California the rest of this week and through the weekend, it's going to create problems. So we've really got to hope for the best. The good news is we're not expecting any major wind events. That is, we're not going to see a prolonged period of gusty winds pushing through an area. Now, the thunderstorms themselves do produce gusty winds, and that can unfortunately create problems, but it's not going to be for a prolonged period of time. So that's one good thing that we can take out of this. But scattered mountain showers and thunderstorms through the weekend, as I mentioned. The heat wave is going to stick around at least through Thursday, and then by the weekend, we finally see a nice big cool down in the area. Now, there it is, 109 degrees for today in Redding, 108 for Red Bluff, Chico about 103. Notice I've got mostly sunny skies. That'll be the case today. Most of the thunderstorms will be in the mountains today. Some of those could make their way into the valley later this afternoon and in particular this evening, but mainly in the form of some showers, as they most likely will die down significantly before they make their way through the valley. Here's a look at the mountains. Scattered showers and thunderstorms, hot here as well. Temperatures in the mid to upper 90s. Even some lower 100s for those daytime highs. Here's your fire outlook. This right here is where we have the biggest concern for dry lightning strikes. That being said, we could see dry lightning strikes in these areas as well. So that's what it looks like out there today. Now we take a look at Futurecast. All right, so let's take you through later on today. We're going to take you to about 10 o'clock this morning. Now there are several different types of thunderstorms that we can see around here. Number one, convective thunderstorms. Those will typically develop later in the day. You have heating through the day. That heat rises up into the higher levels of the atmosphere. Thunderstorms begin to develop. Then you have what are known as orographic thunderstorms. That is, the winds blow up a mountainside. It creates that upward lift. Thunderstorms develop. Or you can just have these disturbances that rotate around the area of low pressure, and that can also spark showers and thunderstorms here. So we're looking at most likely a disturbance rotating around the area of low pressure here for this morning at 10 a.m. Then we go into about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We still have that disturbance, but now we're seeing more of these convective thunderstorms developing through the afternoon. Notice the valley is not in on that. Most of it is going to be off into the higher elevations. We go into 6 p.m. today. Now we're seeing the potential for some of those rolling down into the valley in the form of some light showers. Now, could we see a stray thunderstorm in the valley? It's not out of the question today. Here you can see, as we take you to about 10 o'clock tonight, still some leftover light showers for the valley and still some leftover thunderstorms in the higher elevations, especially to the north and to the east. All right, let's go ahead and take you into Thursday morning. This is tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. Now we're seeing it mainly over Modoc County, where we're seeing that disturbance pass on through. We take into about the noon hour for your Thursday. We're beginning to see the convective thunderstorms developing in the afternoon, kind of early, to be quite honest, but typically we'll see them develop first in the mountains because they're up higher in the atmosphere, and then we'll eventually see that potential for some convection developing in parts of the valley. This is Thursday at 4 p.m. Look at this strong thunderstorm down into Glenn County. We can see some activity anywhere in the valley at this point, not to mention in the higher elevations. Now we'll take you into Thursday at 7 p.m. Now the activity is pushing up to the north, and I do expect, looks like this, it looked like Thursday at 10 p.m. We could be looking at some more activity kind of developing here just north and west of Redding. Is it out of the question? Most likely it's not, of course, but we could see that chance nonetheless. Now we look at the long-range forecast model, and we continue, unfortunately, the chance for thunderstorms on Friday, on Saturday, and yes, even on Sunday as well, unfortunately. The good news is we have a bit of a break on Monday. But look at this. Next Tuesday, we've got this big swath of moisture coming in. Now, this particular forecast model shows it in the form of clouds. The European forecast model shows it in the form of clouds and rain. Now, as of right now, I have put a chance for rain in the forecast, but I want to show you why this is all happening. So here we are looking at this upcoming Thursday. Now, as of right now, what we're seeing here is still what's known as a tropical depression. It hasn't developed into anything significant just yet, but it's expected to at least become a tropical storm, if not a hurricane. At this point in time, it looks like it could ride up the Baja Peninsula and then just off the coast of Southern California and then kind of veer off to the west as we go into Tuesday evening. However, that is going to bring with it a lot of moisture, and that's those cloud cover I was showing you that's going to be here by next Tuesday, and as I mentioned, maybe even in the form of some rain. Wouldn't it be nice just to get some rain and no thunderstorms? We'll see. I mean, that's still kind of a ways out, but as of right now, it just looks like a nice little swath of moisture over us. The heat is sticking around. Right here, this is through at least 11 o'clock tonight. Same thing with the advisory. The valley is actually through Thursday, but bottom line, it's going to remain fairly hot out there. Look at the temperature trend here. We're going to keep it that way at least through tomorrow. Then temperatures start to drop, and a nice, significant drop in our temperatures by the second half of the weekend, especially into next week. Whew. All right, we got through it all right. Here's what we have in store for us today. Hot in the valley, and of course for the coast, we're going to be looking at those temperatures in the 60s here. But there's that chance for thunderstorms here for the higher elevations here as we take you through the afternoon. I don't anticipate any afternoon thunderstorms for the valley, but that's something we'll have to continue to monitor here very closely. You look at your 7-day outlook, and there you can see off and on chances for rain for everyone in the mountains at least through Sunday. A break on Monday, and maybe some showers entering the picture by Tuesday of next week. Here's your 7-day outlook for the valley. PM showers possibly today. I don't expect any thunderstorms, as I mentioned. There may be a stray thunderstorm for some of us in the valley, but most likely just in the form of some stray showers late this evening. Then we have a better chance for some afternoon thunderstorms popping up in the valley for your Thursday. For everyone in the valley could have that chance, and then it dries out. But also, we'll begin to notice it's cooling off as well. We're back down in the low 90s, especially by the time we get to Sunday and Monday. And of course, there is your chance for showers as we go into Tuesday of next week with those temperatures in the mid 90s.